Hello, Boston. See, the sight of TD Garden, it probably should inspire fear in opponents' hearts and minds because this Celtics team is 31-3 at home and mere inches from securing that #1 seed. Damian Lillard, though, he became the first Buck with 30 points and 15 assists last game against the Sun. Kind of shocking for a team that Giannis Antetokounmpo plays for. But on the other side, Jason Tatum, remember he missed last game with an ankle injury, but he is good to go against an Eastern Conference foe tonight. We are counting you down on ESPN.
Welcome to NBA Countdown presented by DoorDash.
Hey, welcome inside our Los Angeles studio. She is the one and only Chiney Agumake. He is our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. He is our senior writer, Brian Windhorst, and Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. We have a huge game tonight in the East. The Bucks facing the top-seeded Celtics. I know Giannis Antetokounmpo in this one, though. He is missing his second straight game with a hamstring issue. Woj, how serious is this?
This is not serious.
Okay.
Giannis is a player this season. It'll only be his fifth game he's missed. And this is an organization that knows sometimes they have to protect Giannis from Giannis. He wants to play every night. But I think the wear and tear, how hard he plays, they sat him for a second. They'll sit him for a second straight game tonight. They scored 140 points without him Sunday against Phoenix. But I'm told there's a possibility he could play when the Bucks return home tomorrow against Brooklyn.
He did not make this trip, but we do know this is a player that historically the Bucks have literally had to lock out of the gym to, as you say, protect him from himself. So no Giannis tonight, but let's
him to go and complete the mission.
It's time for game time. Mark Jones, Doris Burke, Cassidy Hubbard, take it away.
I know that.
Well, we're going to finish that.
We're going to finish.
Well, Malika, springtime arrived here yesterday in Boston, and spring is symbolic of renewal. For the Boston Celtics and their faithful, that means a renewal of their commitment to bring championship banner number 18 back home. As we welcome everyone to NBA Courtside, presented by DoorDash. The Milwaukee Bucks in town. A daunting challenge for Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics as we look at the standings. Look at that. They're in first. The Milwaukee Bucks in second, but there is a yawning gap between Tatum's squad and Dame Lillard's team. Those two quasars of the court going head-to-head tonight. The #1 and #2 teams in the NBA's Eastern Conference. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, courtside, along with Doris Burke, Cassidy Hubbard joining us in just a bit. Doris, the Boston Celtics have the best home record, the best road record, the best overall record. They have been the picture of dominance this year, and Jaylen Brown has been a big part of it all, maybe playing the best basketball of his career.
I think every aspect of his game is starting to come together, and I would agree. This is the best basketball of his career, and he was All-NBA last season. Look at what he's done in the games coming out of All-Star break. So what I mean by all the aspects of his game coming together, we know this is a guy who wants to attack early. First quarter, third quarter, early in the shot clock. Listen, this is a three-heavy team. Obviously, he has become proficient early in the shot clock. If it's a good shot, Joe Mazzulla is saying, shoot that thing. Now you have a big switched onto him. You get him in space, and you attack that big and make that big guard anywhere he is on the floor. A career high in assists. He's always been a menace on the defensive end. The athleticism is elite. He is playing at the highest level I've ever seen him.
Continuing to find new ways to win, Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. Meanwhile, for the Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to be without their #1 player tonight. Giannis Antetokounmpo out with an injury. And for more, let's go courtside to Cassidy to see exactly what they're missing.
Yeah, Giannis is missing his second straight game with a left hamstring injury. He didn't even make the trip to Milwaukee. Doc Rivers told us that he probably could play, but when it comes to a hamstring, probably means no. He said there's a chance that he could play tomorrow night, but that chance right now is 50-50. So what that means is that we're still waiting for Milwaukee's big three of Giannis, Damian Lillard, and Chris Middleton to take the floor for the first time since February 3rd, and they've only played 3 total games under Doc Rivers. A big reason, Middleton missing those 16 games with an ankle injury, but playing in his second game back tonight. He told me he feels as close to 100% as he can. Recovered fine after Sunday, no achiness or soreness. Still on a minutes restriction, around 28 or so, but he told me his win was better than he thought it would be, and he's eager to keep building under Doc. Mark TV.
Well, you know, Giannis isn't a guy that likes to miss games. Just the 5th one that he's missing all season, Doris. and he likes to be in the lineup. He does not like to sit. But in light of the fact that they're coming off a win without him against Phoenix in their last game, who has to step up here tonight against Boston?
Well, you think about Damian Lillard and his entire tenure at Portland. He was a heavy usage guy, so this is not going to stress Dame out that he's got to carry the offense. And when you think about Bobby Portis, this is a great six-man. He can score it, he can board it, he can shoot it consistently. Doc Rivers has always had a great six-man. He has leaned into Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis coming off a 31-point game a couple of nights ago in that mentioned victory against the Phoenix Suns, but playing on the road against the best team in basketball, that's a different kind of party.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by DoorDash, the official partner of the NBA. The postseason approaches, and the closer the fire, the brighter the light. Boston's heat has been on high from day one.
Oh, he set off the smoke detector!
Been so close these last 2 years that we want to do whatever it takes.
The hype was red hot in Milwaukee, but failed at first to ignite.
The next head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, Doc Rivers.
We're going to have to make changes as far as how we want to play every night.
Now, Doc Preachin' D has lit the flame beneath Giannis and Dame.
Dame time has arrived! Oh, Chris Middleton knocks down the three!
We're a championship team. There's no denying it.
1 month left to maintain momentum, and this mentality be the team to beat in the East. Bucks, Celtics, next.
Welcome everyone to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. 14 games to go in a sprint to the finish line to end the NBA's regular season. And a time of immediacy for both these teams for different reasons. Welcome everyone to TD Garden in the shadows of North Station as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by CFP Professionals. Lillard and Beasley in the backcourt for the Bucks. Middleton, Crowder, and Lopez on the front line for the visitors tonight. Meanwhile, for the home crew, it'll be Derek White, fresh off a triple-double. Jaylen Brown in the backcourt. Tatum, Horford, and Kristaps Porzingis on the front line for Boston. They come in 54-14 overall with the best record in the NBA and the best home record as well. This is the third meeting of the season between these two teams. They'll play one more before the end of the regular season. They split the first two, and the Celtics